Everyone's chasing retirement, but almost nobody can tell me what their retirement will actually look like. Most people I talk to are doing a lot of things right with their money. They're saving, they're investing, they're thinking about retirement proactively, but there's still this question lurking in the background. Am I actually on track? Or do I just hope that I am? In this video, I want to walk you through a different way to think about all of this, something I call the work optional life. We'll talk about what this means, why this is actually a more useful framework than the traditional retirement vision, and 3 to 4 things that actually move you closer to it. So let's talk about why retirement is a flawed goal in the first place. Ultimately, it's a vague finish line for everyone out there. Most people have no idea what their lifestyle is going to look like, what their daily routines and rhythms will be, or ultimately haven't defined what their purpose is. And when really the rubber meets the road, they have no idea what it's going to cost to live and how much money they're going to actually need to live off of in the future. When it comes down to it, for most people, retirement is just a placeholder for the line, I just hope I'm going to be okay someday. So let's reframe the traditional view of retirement and talk about what work optional actually is. Work optional is not just about quitting work. It's not about not being productive. It's not about walking along the beach with a lighthouse in the background with your silver hair and your grandkids in tow, just like every commercial out there looks like. What it's really about is finding purpose and passion and being fueled by the right things to live life on your own terms. It's about freedom and flexibility and making sure that hoping you're going to be okay someday turns into, I know I'm going to be okay every single day going forward. Work optional means you can choose to keep working if you want to, but you really don't have to. If having a work optional life sounds appealing to you, let's talk about the 4 things that are actually going to get you there. Let's start by actually knowing what our life costs. Not a guess, not a retirement calculator, and not, I think that I know what I spend on a regular basis. We need to get down to the root of your budget and your expenses because cash flow management is going to be your key to success forever. The best tip that I have with that is start by looking at your real expenses for the past couple of months and build out what averages look like going forward. Once we have those numbers, we're not guessing anymore. We can actually make real decisions about real plans and real success in the future. Secondly, we want to focus on building flexibility, not just striving for perfection. It's not about optimizing every dollar. It's about making sure you create and maintain margin over time so you have breathing room to give yourself choices. Again, the point here is flexibility, not perfection. Third, let's reframe the way we think about how we generate income to actually live in retirement. We've been told for years and years and years to just focus on building up investments, get the pension, use Social Security to create the different kinds of income we need to cover our life expenses once we get to retirement. What we're trying to think about here is how do I use the skills, passions, values, and virtues that really mean the most to me, or the things that I can create the most value with to drive additional income to give me the freedom to live down the road. The point of this is once I get to a stable point in my financial life, I can choose to not have to take the high income job that I really don't like to start with. I can spend my time focused on the things that matter to me. Maybe that is a pay cut in my mid-50s to spend more time with family. If I travel all the time for the corporate life, maybe it's staying local and working part-time just to fill the gap of my wants and wishes. It's not about never working again. It's choosing where to spend your time and how you work to really enjoy life the way that it should be. And all of this comes full circle with the 4th thing of getting comfortable with what is enough for you. Most people are constantly chasing their tail, trying to figure out what is more and more and more, filling the void of what they think is going to make them satisfied. The reality is, once you know enough and you find contentment in what that is, you're free to do what you want to do and actually enjoy the life you've been striving for all these years to start with. The truth is, most people don't actually want to stop working. They just want to be more impactful and focused and fueled by their passions with the kind of work they do on a daily basis. When we think about work optional life, it's really about having less pressure, more flexibility, and not letting money be the limiting factor behind everyday decisions. If this is the kind of money mindset you enjoy, you'll probably also like these other videos. Why you still feel broke if you're making over $200,000 a year. This is great if you want to have a work optional lifestyle, but you can't see how to get there by yourself. Life, money, and big transitions. This is where my wife Haley and I talk about how we roll through the punches and keep our eye on the bigger picture. We post videos like this every couple of weeks. So if you want to build a life that is truly work optional, make sure to like and subscribe and we'll catch you on the next one.